Just don't walk there, Rory, okay? And I keep through here.
This is why you must watch where you're going.
Yes.
Oh gosh, it's a long way down, isn't it?
And then the stairs collapse because they weren't looked after properly.
It actually has a spectacular view, not least because you can see all the way to a familiar chateau just along the valley.
I'm heading towards snowy white mountains, but only 2 miles towards them. I'm going to see one of our neighbours. And from our bedroom window, you can, with a pair of binoculars, see their chateau quite clearly. And their chateau is very, very old. Far, far older than ours. I think parts of it might date back to the 12th century, but I'll have to confirm that. And so we're going to see a medieval chateau. Like us, they are Brits abroad who've decided to up sticks and move to the countryside of France and renovate a chateau. What idiots! Who would do a stupid thing like that? Their chateau used to own so much land around it. It's insane how much land their chateau once owned, apparently, or the owners of the chateau. Probably all the land that encompasses our chateau. Theirs predates it, so there'll have been nothing there, just farmers' land, maybe the odd hovel, farmer's house, I don't know. And over the years, their chateau has suffered a lot. A lot. It's had some very, very bad care at times. People selling bits off. There was a fire. There's clearly a bit missing, and I think that whole chateau itself used to be quite a lot larger than it is now, and including its coach houses, it's still quite large. They have a 12th century tower, I think it's 12th century, that is in quite urgent need of a new roof. So that's uninhabitable at the moment until they can get that made watertight. Coming down the main drive. You can see the tower there on the left with the dodgy roof. Could use a couple of tiles.
With its shutters closed for the winter, this sleeping giant is slowly being rescued by Steve, Karen and their son Zachary.
Hi Rory, how are you doing?
I'm really good, thank you. How are you all?
We're all good, thank you.
We're all good. Welcome to Château de Lapalu. Come on in and have a look at what we're doing.
Do I need a hard hat on?
Oh yes, you might.
I think for health and safety.
Brilliant. Well, let's show me around.
Come and have a look.
We first popped round when they were filming for the Channel 4 show Help, I Bought a Village. I was sneakily filming them whilst Karen was smashing down an old toilet cubicle wall. They've decided to open a tea room at the chateau to bring in some much needed income to help fund their restoration journey. They hope to have curry nights and fish and chip nights too, which I'm looking forward to. Very British. They're converting this room near the base of the tower and have already made great progress concreting the floor and repointing the stone walls. Steve has also created this beautiful colombage wall using lime mortar with broken tiles and bottles found around the chateau. On the other side of the colombage wall, the existing toilet cubicle, made from modern blockwork, just isn't large enough for wheelchair access, and so has to come down. We're here for the grand tour, so let's go.
Welcome to the Grand Salon.
This is our grand salon with our parquet flooring.
Yep.
Not that we've done much in here, have we?
No.
So it's still
You've just settled in, so...
Just
yeah,
settled in, yeah.
We've just settled in.
So we're still with the 1970s redecoration of the Grand Salon.
The fixtures for this room is as it was?
As it was in the 18th century.
I don't know if the colour was.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Yeah, but all the...
But the crest for the Bayonne family that lived here, the two panels either side, part of their interest, usually above doorways. So for the arts and music and things like that and hunting, There may well have been another one on this side, but that's no longer there. The big fireplace was used by the resistance during World War II. They were making bean soup when the Germans turned up at the end of the driveway, and then had to flee out the back of the building, and then there was a skirmish a little bit further away, wasn't there? So yeah, there's a lot of history here. Yesterday we found a bullet, didn't we?
I found a bullet.
Yeah.
And it was quite big.
It's a rifle bullet.
A rifle
an
bullet.
Unfired rifle bullet.
And you looked earlier and it said 1943.
Yeah, 1943 possibly. So yeah, so we're keeping that out of the way.
Are you legally allowed to keep live ammunition?
I don't know. That's what
really
you said.
don't know.
So he said,
So
well, I have to.
we might have to. We might
tell the
declare
mayor
it with the mayor and see what he says. But yeah, it's the first of that type that we found here. So we haven't found anything else like.
It'd be a shame if you have to give it up.
Yeah, little piece of its history.
Yeah.
But yeah, we haven't found anything else like that. No Roman gold, sadly, either.
Shall we show you to the our rooms? Our bedrooms are through here.
The first bedroom is their son Zachary's, one of the first rooms they've renovated. Gone is any trace of the 1970s, and in its place a decorative panelling effect and fresh paint. This room was once part of a much larger space.
Not only would it have been this room, it would have been this hallway, and it would have been the room behind, which would have been one massive room that you'd have come into. There would have been, I don't think you can see it properly in this light, but there's the remains of a great big alcove, because this is like a false fire. It's a wooden fireplace they put in. It's not, nothing works there. But this would have been like a big alcove where there would have been a statue. So there would have been like a 8-foot statue on a plinth there of Venus, and the other side there would have been one of Mars. So when people came into this enormous room, this would have been the first room you would have come into, up the big staircase. But yeah, massive changes over the years. So this was where the entrance was. This wall would not be here, and that would go into where Zach's bedroom is the big entrance room. So we know that this fireplace was put in...
Staircase, Steve.
Staircase. We know that this staircase was put in after 1859, when the main staircase was demolished.
Right.
So they would have had no stairs after that, so it's definitely dating around that time.
Okay, so it's not in any way modern, it's still...
It's old,
still
it's definitely late 19th century, I'm guessing.
And it's hidden and it's so nice.
Yeah, and it's a shame. It's just... And then there's the lovely modern bathroom that's been just plonked into it.
Our wall, our window, plastic window.
Beautiful, beautiful window.
It's airy.
Yeah. some light work needed.
Light work, yeah. So we found out about the archways, and we in our bathroom there's like this little shelving area, isn't there, which is like recessed.
Yeah.
And we thought we didn't know anything about it, but that's where the statue would have been.
Yeah.
We found that out when a historian came here and explained what these would have been used for. And yeah, all stripped out. So we go up the stairs.
Yeah. This is proper faded glory up here.
Faded glory, indeed it is. So
this room.
So we have this big room. Is enormous. So this is would be Zach's bedroom underneath, and our bedroom underneath this as well. Just be a bit careful where you walk. Over here we have another little bit of history with the into the walls in 1945.
Oh gosh.
Where somebody stayed and scratched the date in. And they were here for what, about a month?
So that's 22nd of July?
To the 21st of August. Stayed here for about a month, scratched the date.
How nice of them.
No idea why. So again, that would have been the big doorway, which would have come out of the big staircase at the back of the building that's no longer here. So yeah, just all blocked up. The Count's bedroom in here. Just be a bit careful there, Rory. There's some interesting details here. First of all, there's the floor, the remains of the parquet floor.
So it would have been like the same as downstairs?
Same as the Grand Salon, which we know was all sold off and ripped out, sadly. 18th century floor. And as was the marble fireplace. And some of the other features in here that are interesting, that show the wealth of the people that lived here, is the carvings up there are all in oak, all individually done, no moulding or anything like that in those days. And the same over there. We have them, they've fallen off. But this was done in plaster. So by probably a different artisan, just to show off the fact that you can have two people create the same details. And this would have been his door into the big staircase at the back.
Over here, the wallpaper there, we've been told it's 18th century wallpaper in this room here.
Oh, this?
Yeah, this wallpaper, all of these wallpapers, 18th century.
Almost done like a sort of interesting mixture of tastes.
Well, yes, it's odd that they've the bits here and
bit here and
unless it was over the top of one.
you can see the shaping of the
panelling.
The parquet flooring. Yeah.
A quick vacuum.
Be good as new, yeah. And a very subtle piece of plumbing as well, Rory.
Yeah.
Designed to blend.
Have you had it checked? I mean, could be classic asbestos.
No, it's all good. It's wool.
It's good. Oh, that's
And they are copper pipes inside. Up there behind you, the pipe that goes up there goes up from our central heating into like a big plastic barrel with a piece of hose pipe attached to the plastic barrel that overflows out the front of the building. Yeah, which might come out warm if the heating's on. It has a lovely view from up here as well, and we think these shutters are very old. They're the only ones of its type, and interestingly as well, even though they look in a horrendous state, the wood for them is actually really good.
And it's like your panelling here, all round the window here. It's like what you've been doing in your creaky bedroom.
Yeah, so clearly this is slightly higher quality originally. Because we've had to mimic the look rather than being able to chamfer these.
Yeah,
it's very Well, here, Rory, look, you can see behind here the backs of how they would have assembled some of their panelling, because all this has been ripped out. We believe this was all panelling right up to the ceiling, all the original lime plaster and everything. This alcove part was where his daybed would have gone in, and we have the daybeds. So he would have had a bed in there, and there would be big drapes across here. So it would have been a really sumptuous room.
At various times over the years, visitors or residents of the chateau have left their mark in the walls. Old graffiti is quite a feature in some rooms. Mostly it seems to be people's names, but there is at least one drawing, and of course the July to August 1945 date. We weren't able to fully decipher the names, but it's a fascinating glimpse at the chateau's past.
Yes, this would have been another door, and this is where the tomates are, what we've got left of them. This is where the owls live, as you can see.
Owl pellets go on.
Yeah, we know we have at least one family of owls, don't we? Tawny owls.
Well, they obviously fly out of here, fly over to us and screech outside.
Is that what they do?
It seems like there's a chorus of tawny owls some nights.
Yes, yeah, we get that. We had a little baby one time, didn't we, Steve, sitting right outside our window.
It's a fabulous little thing. So one of the issues we have, Rory, is the big hole at the back of the building,
Yeah.
which is up there. So I go up there and I want to try and reboard that and block that big hole up.
Yeah.
But most of these boards are covered with about 3 inches of soil.
Right.
Because I think they would have had the tiles and things on them, but they've all gone, and you've just been left with this mass of mud. So you can't see where to walk.
Right.
So I'm just trying to remove the soil and not fall through the floor, and then hopefully reboard it and then block up that hole. It's not ideal to have big holes in your house.
I couldn't resist having a look out of the big hole in the chateau, which would have been at the very top of the grand staircase. It actually has a spectacular view, not least because you can see all the way to a familiar chateau just along the valley. Since I was now perched atop the largest scar that the chateau bears, I was desperate to know what happened.
I'll poke my head up. So the staircase was demolished in 1859, presumably because of its condition. So we know that the base of the outside walls was archways. They were like 2 rows of archways on top of each other. So it would have been quite different, and I think it was sold. They sold the stone off. So I think it was demolished. Most of the people that lived here in the 19th century were farmers and had a lot less money than the Bayonne family that lived here in its heyday. So I think they just let things fall apart and gradually sold off pieces of it they didn't need, and that's when obviously they probably sold bits off, and then the stairs collapsed because they weren't looked after properly, and then it had no staircase to the entire first floor. What it did is it changed a lot of its usage as to how you access parts of the building, so they had to create doorways in other places and block up other doorways, and yes, it's a shame really. It was kind of the heart of the building, I think, the staircase. It took you to all the other places, and it would have taken you up here, and that's why I think there's a gap here. I think there would have been a little door here, and this room would possibly have been used for the servants that looked after the count who lived below, and they would have been able to come out of that and go down the stairs to his room.
If you're enjoying this content, please like and subscribe, and maybe hit that hype button if you're willing and able.
So we've there's some minor little bits of work we had to move all these tiles here, because there were hundreds of tiles here just resting on top of these holy bits of floorboards and stuff like that. Just like a ton of tiles just sat above your bedroom. Thoughtfully put there. The collapsing stone doorway we removed. Had great big pieces of stone like that just hanging. So that was not a glamorous thing, but a necessary necessary thing. And then in here, on the OSB, this some interesting pieces of stone came out of that.
Worked.
Yeah.
Around the doorway, or some fake pillar.
And you can see we're in the shocking state of the amount of corn husks again.
Oh yes.
So this is the room above the Countess's bedroom. So what we think is very, very hard to imagine this, but you can tell here from this remains of this doorway, this 18th century doorway, that this was once a nice room, and it's literally been stripped of everything except that one piece of wood.
One piece of wood.
So the floor is a different level again.
Yep.
And a different level from the tower. So it's all been ripped out, it's all been taken, but this would have been his floor.
Okay.
So he would have had his billiards room, he would have had his lounge, he would have had different rooms up here, and below would have been the Countess's floor, because we know that that's her bedroom. So all the other rooms would have been for her. Just don't walk there, Rory, okay? Here is okay.
Keep to the right.
And I just, yes, exactly. And I keep through here.
This is why you must watch where you're going.
Yes. Yes.
Gosh, it's a long way down, isn't it?
A long way down. And above us, too.
Lordy. And so this is all damage from the holes in the roof in the tower.
Yeah. Minor DIY.
Minor DIY.
So this is a 15th century colombage wall.
Wow.
Just hanging there.
Yeah. In the middle of the abyss.
And there are, this is the crack. You just keep to the back, it's okay. The inside of the crack. So this is where the old lady died.
Right.
So she fell, hit her head in the fire, burnt to death. And the chimney breast collapsed. And of course that was all part of its integrity, you know, and the crack appeared at that time. And the beam that holds the roof together, can you see the gap? So there's beams on that side and no beam holding that together. So the roof is not held together in the middle.
Right.
What the building does have though, and what I'm supposed to be trying to look after, and what's really, really difficult to look after, is these.
The big beams.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's ginormous, isn't it?
Yeah. And the roofers that I've had look at them said, in spite of the damage in places, they are still fine.
Yeah.
But keep letting them get any worse, you know. They can be cleaned up, they can be repaired, they can be treated and everything. But the rest of it is shot.
And so how long ago did the old lady bang her head and burn to death?
1973.
As recently as that?
So it's been like that since 1973. And the family that lived here with no power, no water, no sanitation, no nothing. And they lived here, we were told by Monsieur Glaz's family, in a sort of state of dereliction. And they made children's aprons. We know that from her business cards we found downstairs. That she was like a seamstress. The 18th century door.
Where did that live?
Possibly here. But yeah, we can, I mean...
Please be careful.
These are all 18th century fittings. So I do know that from there, and the interesting windows and...
Yes, all these circles.
And these little holes, but...
That might have been their drainage for their toilet, that hole there.
It could well have been. So, yeah, it's a sad state.
There are one or two patches of sky that I can see that perhaps one shouldn't be able to.
No, indeed.
I wanted to get a better look at the damage to the tower's roof and was able to climb a ladder in the adjacent room and make my way across. The floor of the loft room is littered with roof debris. Previous owners have tried to patch the growing holes with corrugated sheets, but they have all failed, leaving the ancient roof structure open to the mercy of the elements. Steve and Karen have had roofers in to assess the work, and the good news is that if you can believe it, the damage actually looks worse than it is, and much of the existing wood is still sound. I really hope they can begin the roof rescue soon.
So just be a bit careful with the hanging masonry and things here. We've had some falls recently.
Oh gosh, from the half above?
Yep.
Yeah.
And from the chimney above that. But in here you can see some of the tower. So we've been told that the floor for this is probably at least a metre deeper.
I was going to say, that looks like a window or something over there.
So that's where the little bottles came from for the colombage wall. Okay. But we've been told that could be drainage. It could be like a wine cave, but it does go down at least a metre, and it sort of goes to like an arrow slit. But I can't imagine why you'd have an arrow slit on the ground.
Well,
so we're not really certain.
Because we've got a couple of arrow slits, but then often cattle barns would have what appear to be arrow slits.
Okay.
So one of our neighbours said that
it doesn't mean that they were actually arrows.
No.
They were just
small windows.
Window, yeah.
Yeah. And then there's somebody's attempt to
hold the building together.
Nothing like a bit of DIY. But I mean, we know that the stones of this building, same as the tower, these are all medieval stones, so they're all 12th century stones. Probably for like some little manor house that was built on the side of the tower. And you can sort of see in places where things have been knocked down, and you end up with the infills and little changes over years. And another floor that was in that wall with all the post holes lower down, or some maybe stairs or something. The 18th century wallpaper and a fresh plaster full.
Oh yeah, that is.
Freshly poured.
Yeah, that has.
From the ceiling.
That's this week. Oh, good.
Is that from when you came up the other day?
I saw it the other day when I came up.
And that wallpaper over there is 18th century there, with the stars all over it.
Yeah, the bit that's clinging for its life by the fireplace. It's very modern, isn't it, in its design? You wouldn't think it was...
I like this one over here with the roses.
I love the one with the roses too.
If you look at this wallpaper, it's got a beautiful blue in it.
It's got blue cornflowers, I can see them on it. But it's hard to tell what colour the
background is. You might have to put your light on for a bit.
But what they really did with their wallpaper was they used these edgings and had them as panels, had the wallpaper as panels. And you can see where the panelling would have been at the bottom, where it's all been removed. And over there, the wooden edges.
I might have to start peeling some of that wallpaper off to keep it.
It's sad.
Yeah, it's very sad.
Something for me to mould and cast.
Oh, is that the top of there?
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of these that's from that corner. And there's all the other little pieces. I like these ones. These little daisies.
They're just gorgeous, aren't they?
It's fabulous work, isn't it, out of plaster.
Well, you can just put it in your machine, can't you? And
we can vacuum them and create new ones, yeah. But yeah, they had such skill, didn't they, to create that out of nothing, just.
And these are the day beds. We've got two like this with the wood frames, and we've got two without frames, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they are really beautiful wood, in spite of it really comes up like a sort of burr maple kind of look, or walnut. I'm not quite sure, but it's they really clean up well.
I've cleaned one up, haven't I?
And that would have been the doorway to our bedroom.
So this is the Countess's bedroom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they didn't sleep together. Go to your own bedroom.
Some more dodgy ceiling over there, just so you're aware. I think these are fresh falls again.
This delightful ceiling rose is missing a little bit.
Yeah.
From the Countess's bedroom, we moved into the first floor tower room. Much of the 18th century wallpaper is still visible, but again, all of the wood panelling has been removed and sold off sometime in the past. Large sections of the floor have been destroyed from the roof leaks. It's incredible to think that this wallpaper might have been here for 300 years. This tower is a huge project, but hopefully, bit by bit, the damage will be healed.
Well, this wall's fallen out.
Yeah, it has.
And
but it's modern though, isn't it?
And that moves. So this is the 18th century door here, the back of it. It's now just suffering the weather.
At least it's not getting direct rain.
And wouldn't that window have been incredible with the glass?
I love the glass and the curved.
Yes. And what's it, 3 meters high?
Yeah. Yeah, they're definitely like 5 metre ceilings in here. It's a sad state. The bit that's more of a concern, I think, is here. You can see where the plaster's cracking and the...
Oh yeah.
This wall worries me. This worries me more than the outside.
Yeah.
These pieces of stone are from there.
It's crumbled away.
And I've moved them out of that. But this block worries me more than the outside part does.
It's just the acros holding it up.
There's nothing now.
So where's this?
So, we're up the eastern end of the chateau.
Yeah, north, east, south, west. Yeah.
We're up the eastern end of the chateau here. And
this is where we live.
this is the really glamorous bit. Yeah. So one thing we know is that with this room, this is where Monsieur Leglaise, who was one of the previous owners of the chateau, who's 4 generations of his family, and he was born in that room. He's now 92. Lives locally, but yeah, so the damage that 90 years can do to a structure.
Has he explained exactly what happened?
What happened here?
What did you do to it?
Oh, I don't know, but I think they blew up that bit.
Yeah. So was the arch here when?
I assume so, and the floors and everything. He's told us a number of times, hasn't he? That this is the room he was born in. So I'm assuming that you would have been able to access the chateau that way, and that all of this area was usable. His family owned this part because at one point the chateau was owned by 6 different families. So it was sort of split up like a row of terraced houses, and each part was looked after differently as a result of that. So his family lived here to start with and gradually bought the rest of the chateau. So he grew up here.
And it was his family that had something to do with the bullet you found.
That's right. So he was here, he was 10 during World War II when the Germans turned up at the end of the driveway, and the resistance were making soup in the Grand Salon. And the bullet that we found recently, we believe to be...
It said 1943 on it.
Yeah, we believe it to be a British bullet, possibly used by the resistance.
Yeah, because they did lots of drops, didn't they?
So that's what I'm wondering, if it was something that had been dropped to them. But yeah, we were told that there was a big wine barrel here, which was where the resistance used to keep all their stuff. But
there is the remains of the
there's
wine.
the remains of the
like
wine
the
barrel.
big rings, you know.
Needs a bit of work.
Yeah.
Oh, is that those ones over there?
Those rings over there, yeah. And there's still the wood for it. It's a project.
Yeah, need a lot of wood.
But yeah, so there was a lot of resistance activity here. It must have been terrifying for him. His dad and his brother had rifles pointed at their heads, while the resistance fled out the back of the building into the woods locally and opened fire on the Germans from the woods. So yeah, he was 10 when that happened. Earlier that day he brought the cows across the river because he used to look after the cows, and he'd done all that, and then there was fighting that broke out not far away, and then he went home, took the cows back and had his dinner and things, and then the Germans turned up I think about 8 or 9 o'clock in the evening.
Wow.
So yeah, it's lively times. And then we were told that his father had to go to Osh to explain himself, and the Germans kind of believed the story, that it was nothing to do with him and the resistance weren't actually here. But then they came back in July and were going to burn the building to the ground after they'd obviously changed their mind. And they didn't have time because more fighting broke out locally.
Wow.
So the building was saved.
So we were told they just did some machine gun sprays of bullets across the front of the building and then disappeared off.
Didn't Monsieur Leglaise say that there was a bullet hole?
A bullet hole in one of the shutters. A bullet hole. It's one of his little stories.
Whether it was, I don't know.
You can hear it echoing, can't you? Just all the hundreds of years of people wandering across stairs above our heads here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Germans out there, and
absolutely.
The mountains, look how marvellous.
The mountains are looking pretty good today, aren't they?
From the tower's 12th century beginnings through the Count's near miss with Madame la Guillotine during the French Revolution, to living memory of skirmishes with the Nazis in World War II, Château de Lapalu has an incredible history, and it can be seen everywhere. Even at the outer edge, it's still possible to see foundations beneath the grass. This ever-evolving building has endured enough history to fill several textbooks. The chateau is only now beginning to reveal its closely guarded secrets. Karen has already found a powder horn for a musket and the World War II rifle bullet. They've found letters and newspapers dating back over 100 years, and I'm sure there will be many more discoveries made. Karen and Steve have taken on a huge project, and you can follow them on YouTube as they bit by bit restore this beautiful old building. We wish them all the luck in the world with their renovations. Next time we'll be racing to get a sump pump up and running before groundwater swell can damage our swimming pool. We're closing in on the finish line of the creaky bedroom, and we definitely plan to go skiing.